Every truly strange case starts the same way. There's a detail that doesn't belong, a report that clashes with the setting, a witness who saw something that shouldn't have been possible. At first, it gets brushed off, bad lighting, fatigue, someone jumping to conclusions. But when those details keep showing up, when multiple people report the same thing from different angles, that's when the story refuses to stay buried. And even then, answers rarely follow. Welcome to Dark Shelf. Tonight, we're looking at 5 unsettling mysteries that still don't sit right, no matter how many times people try to explain them away. Number 5, the Pocatello High School anomaly. The building had been quiet for hours. Middle of January, between semesters, no students, no staff, locked doors, dim hallway lights running on night mode. A janitor was reviewing security footage, just routine stuff, when something drifted across the screen. Not a shadow, not a reflection, not dust. It moved with intention. Pocatello High School isn't new. By Idaho standards, it's ancient. Originally built in the 1890s, rebuilt after a fire in 1914, and expanded again and again over the decades. Same bones, same hallways, same atmosphere. And like most old schools, it had stories, cold spots, footsteps in empty corridors, doors closing on their own. Nothing unusual on paper, except this time there was video. The footage from January 9th, 2014 shows a semi-transparent figure gliding through a hallway near the cafeteria. It moves slowly, stops near a door, and then the door sensor clicks open. No one presses it. No one's there. The figure fades behind a column, then reappears a few feet away. It's faint but distinct, too solid to be nothing, too thin to be a person. The school district reviewed the original file and confirmed it hadn't been edited. Door systems were tested, no malfunctions. Airflow was ruled out. Nothing in that hallway could trigger a sensor like that. And here's what makes people uneasy. Pocatello High has a documented history of student deaths going back decades: accidents, illness, suicides. Former students talk about it openly. Many believe the footage is connected. After the video leaked, public access to surveillance archives was shut down. Officials cited privacy concerns, but the clip was already everywhere. Paranormal investigators called. News crews showed up. The school declined almost every interview. Inside the building, things didn't calm down. Teachers reported lights turning on in locked rooms, alarms tripping without intruders. Sudden temperature drops in the same hallway. One staff member said he heard footsteps behind him while closing up, slow at first, then speeding up like something trying to catch him. When he turned around, the hallway was empty. Skeptics blamed digital artifacts, compression errors, but those explanations don't explain movement that responds to the environment or a door physically opening. To this day, the district stands by its statement. The footage is real. What's on it isn't explained. Number 4, the Waterford Sheep Man, October 1972. Just after 1 a.m., a call hit dispatch from a driver on Hatchery Road in Waterford Township, Michigan. He said something ran across the road in front of him. Upright, fast, bigger than any dog he'd ever seen. Not a person, not an animal, something in between. At first, police logged it as a possible misidentification. Deer prank. Nothing urgent. Then another call came in. Different road, same description. Then a third. A man who said the thing vaulted a guardrail and vanished into the trees without ever dropping to all fours. That got attention. Waterford wasn't known for weird sightings. Most late-night calls back then were break-ins, bar fights, teenagers being dumb. But that night, something was moving through the back roads. A veteran officer responded. Not the kind of guy who spooked easily. He swept the area with his spotlight and saw it. His patrol log described a large dark figure running upright at an estimated 30 miles per hour. Not clumsy, not human pretending. Fluid, powerful. It cleared a ditch and vanished. More units rolled in. A grid search started. One officer later said the most disturbing part wasn't what he saw, it was what he heard. Something slammed into a fence line hard, like a body vaulting it, then feet pushing off dirt on the other side. Nothing was there when he reached it. Residents reported dogs howling for hours afterward. By morning, there were no tracks. No signs. Wildlife officials ruled out bears. Bears don't sprint upright or clear fencing like that. It wasn't cougar territory either. The case was closed as unresolved suspicious activity, quietly. Nobody wanted to be known as the cop chasing monsters. Today, it's remembered as the Waterford creature case, one of the few upright canine sightings witnessed by police. It never became a viral legend, but among investigators, it stands out for one reason. The reports were consistent, the witnesses were trained, and no one was exaggerating. Number 3, Blind Frog Ranch, early spring. Northeastern Utah. The ground should have been frozen. It wasn't. Certain patches of soil were warm, uneven, like something underneath was generating heat. That was the first sign something wasn't right at Blind Frog Ranch. The property sits near the Uinta Basin. already known for UFO sightings, strange animals, and decades of unexplained activity. Skinwalker Ranch is only about 20 miles away. In 2009, real estate investor Dwayne Olinger and his son Chad bought the land. They weren't chasing aliens. They were after rumored treasure hidden in underground caverns. What they found instead was worse. When excavation started, heavy machinery began failing instantly. Equipment that worked perfectly off-site seized the moment it crossed onto the property. Radios turned to static near the caverns. Sometimes they went dead altogether. Geologists blamed magnetic interference, mineral deposits. Then water samples from drilled holes showed brief spikes of radiation, levels that disappeared days later. State officials couldn't pin it down. In 2013, a contracted diver entered a flooded cavern to map it. Minutes in, his safety line yanked hard. His light flickered wildly. When he was pulled out, he was shaking, barely able to speak, saying something pinned him down. The footage showed a violent tug, no visible cause. Sheriff deputies responded to multiple calls over the years, damaged equipment, trespassers who vanished, strange flashes in the sky logged as camera-like bursts of light. The caverns remain mostly unexplored. Technology fails, divers refuse certain passages. Every year the land gives up one more anomaly and no answers. Number 2, the Tanaku exorcism. Romania, a quiet convent. A young nun named Irina started changing. No sleep, no eating, wandering halls at night, crying. Then she refused to pray. Doctors diagnosed schizophrenia and recommended medication. She said it made things worse. She claimed the hospital was filled with evil. She returned to the convent. The priest believed she was possessed. What followed wasn't ancient myth, it was documented reality. Irina was restrained to a wooden cross with rope and towels. Days passed. She became dehydrated, weak, barely responsive. Some witnesses said she begged to be released. Others said she screamed in voices that weren't hers. She died on June 15, 2005. The church distanced itself immediately. The priest and 4 nuns were charged and convicted. Medical experts later confirmed Irina suffered acute psychosis, a condition that required treatment, not ritual. What makes this case disturbing isn't superstition. It's conviction. People truly believed they were doing the right thing, and that belief killed someone. Number 1, the ghost of bus 828. Stockholm, late nights, empty roads, quiet routes. Beginning in the 1980s, bus drivers on Route 828 started reporting something strange, a silent passenger. The first case involved a man in an old-style coat boarding during a rainstorm. Head down, no interaction. A few stops later, he was gone. Doors never opened. Pressure mats never triggered. He vanished. Then it happened again and again. 14 official reports over nearly a decade described the same figure. Transit officials dismissed it publicly, but internal notes acknowledged how consistent the accounts were. Passengers reported feeling someone sit behind them, seat cushions indented, no one there. Drivers said the temperature dropped every time, like opening a freezer door, then returned to normal after the 3rd stop. Some locals tied it to a fatal accident in the 1940s, others to folklore. By the late 90s, the reports stopped. Maybe drivers quit talking, maybe the route changed, or maybe the passengers simply stopped riding. What remains are the logs, written by professionals with nothing to gain. So those were 5 unexplained mysteries, and somewhere out there, more reports are waiting to surface. Stay curious, stay cautious. This is Dark Shelf.